Hey ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. As always, it is Nick here, back with your daily crypto news and analysis. And today we are going to be talking about Ripple and XRP as well as Quant and QNT. So with that being said, let's dive in and let's start off with this post going all the way back to 2019 over on Quant's website. So I know that this is an older article, but I do think that it is still very, very important today, more than ever. And I will talk to you guys about why. So first off, we do see Quant Network is appointed company guarantor of Pay.UK. Now within this, we do see Pay.UK moves about $17.5 billion in payments every single day. Now this is in pounds, remember. Down here, we do see that they move more than 6.7 trillion pounds every single year. So this is a very, very large company. They are one of the major leaders around the UK financial infrastructure, as well as their overall payment system. And I do think that they are a significant player around the overall digitized move within the UK's financial system, which we will also talk about here in a second. Now, here is Quant Network's involvement. So the right to attend and vote at annual and extraordinary general meetings, from time to time to vote on ordinary or special resolutions which require their approval, to act collectively to monitor and amend Pay.UK's constitution, to confirm or reject the reappointment of individual members of Pay.UK's board of directors as they appear for reappointment, to propose candidates to the nominations committee for prospective Pay.UK board directors, and to confirm the appointment of Pay.UK's auditors. Now, at first glance, this doesn't seem like a lot at all, like in terms of like, hey, are they going to use Quant at all? The big deal is that as we do look at what's happening around payments, as we do look at what's happening around payment technology, there's a lot going on here. As we look at the vision behind Pay.UK over on their website, so here we have their vision, is to be the smartest way to move money now and in the future. It drives everything we do and builds on our mandate as a payment system operator. Our purpose is to power payments, champion innovation, and give the UK choice in how it pays. Our values: we are transparent, we are curious, we are respectful, and we are inclusive, and we give constructive challenge. Now, for the most part here, as we look at what's happening around the overall financial economy, we know that there's a new system rising, and it's ultimately centered out on digitized and tokenized money. I think that this is where everyone should be focusing a lot of their time, is looking at the technology specifically creating standards and becoming the standard around this major disruption. As we look at this breakdown here over on WeArePay.UK's website, this is talking about the new payments architecture, MPA program. We do see maintaining a robust, resilient, and scalable platform enhanced by new technology and able to handle rising payment volumes, something that is scalable. Adoption of the ISO 20022 messaging standard, which will enable new capability, for example, tracking and tracing payments. Developing a real-time payment capability, creating more choice for those who make and receive payments. Lowering barriers to entry so more customers can access MPA services more easily and create more choice for end users. Delivering a safe, secure environment equipped to help combat fraud and financial crime, and also ensuring users benefit from efficiencies, for example, using data to support innovative new services. So as we do look at this, there's a lot behind this. One, we are going to see real-time payments around real-time settlement. As you do see here, they are focused on clearing and settlement. Down here, payment products, priority payment, instant payment, same-day payment, multi-day bulk payment, and then also submission options, bulk submission, multi-payment message as well. And there's a few things within this. There's a lot to really kind of look at, but for the most part, we are just seeing an evolution of financial technology, and this is going to be centered out on the infrastructure that powers the UK. Now, as we do look at this, I also want to go back in time to January of last year. So Son and L11 was posting quite a bit around the UK and what the UK was doing. So we do see, did you know QNT is the only available DLT interoperability solution certified for the whole UK government? 43 non-ministerial departments, 415 agencies and public bodies can utilize Overledger without needing to stringent due diligence. And we do see Overledger SaaS DLT. Let me open these up in a new tab real quick. So first off, Overledger SaaS DLT blockchain operating system. Overledger's cloud-based enterprise DLT operating system that connects to many DLTs and other API-based systems. It exposes their combined functionality through a single API and allows coordinated transactions and business processes to happen across all the connected DLTs and API-based systems. And when you see the features here, this is talking about maps, aka multi-DLT applications, meaning guess what? Any traditional financial leader, fintech company, it does not matter, it could be even an infrastructure, can connect and utilize any DLT application. So if we're looking at XRP, for example, in the XRP ledger, any of those major players can utilize and source the power of the XRP ledger at any moment. And they could also utilize any other DLT as well. This to me is a massive network. It's going to be a very large network of networks centered out on utility. And also, if we do see over here from Gilbert Verdian, you know our background, the due diligence and compliance needed to work with governments, enterprise, and financial institutions is stringent. We pass those requirements case in point with our G Cloud framework to deliver to the whole UK government. So if we look back in time, I believe that Quant was building out the connections that it needed to actually power the entire UK economy. I believe that this is going to become a thing in the near future. Now, also, as we do look at that, who's going to be the players with them? Well, so far, if we actually look at Pay.UK, we do see over here, Overledger Interchange, Multi-Asset and Payment Interchange. Over here, you do see Pay.UK, Request to Pay Open Banking. This is Pay.UK. This is the Pay.UK website. As we do look over here as well, we do see the agency bank. So this is pretty much faster payments, UK, BACS, CHAPS, SEPA, SWIFT, cross-border. And then we also do see up here digital currencies. We have Ripple, Ethereum. Then we also have the central bank, CBDC, SCBDC. Now this is going to go through Overledger. We do see Overledger broker, delivery versus payment, cross-chain atomic swaps. Then we have the interchange transaction TX services. We have the two major banks here, Party A and Party B. This will all go through the entire process. And on the other end, you can see the multi-asset and payment interchange systems, meaning you can go to a CBDC, digital currency stablecoins, or you can even go through the agency banks, or you can even do request to pay open banking. This is the open banking app, the Pay.UK open banking app, if you will. But as you do see here, like, to me, we should center it out on what Overledger can accomplish for these other DLTs, especially for Ripple, right? Ripple is a big player around this entire system. And I do think that Ripple is becoming a leader within the UK and has been a leader within the UK for a very long time. So combining what Quant has been doing with what Ripple has been doing is a perfect recipe for mass adoption within the UK through payment technology. And also remember the Digital Pound Foundation. Although this is a think tank organization, I still think that it is something to watch for because they are and have been a significant leader behind innovation within a CBDC within the UK. And we do know the four major players over here are, Ripple, Quant, Electroneum, and I forgot the last one down here. You guys can remind me down in the comments below, but I think that this is Billon Financial, I'm pretty sure. From what I see over here, like these are the only four names here, and I already recognize three of the four. But nonetheless, the Digital Pound Foundation definitely is something to watch for as well. Although it is a think tank organization, I still think that it is a major player. We also do see over here, just in, Bank of England Deputy Governor says the UK might need a digital pound following the FTX collapse. This goes all the way back to November of last year. Followed with this, we also did see the UK may have crypto regulation within a year, says senior minister. This got posted back in April of this year, April 19th. And they did talk about how over the next 12 months or so is their overall window of opportunity. We've got this great asset in the UK. We've got control back of the rule book, not something the UK has had for decades. So we've got the ability to move in an agile and proportionate way. Whenever possible, we want to see the same asset regulated in the same way, but there are some additional opportunities in the crypto asset or DLT space, and we want to take advantage of that. So they are very bullish on this, and also they have been focused on settlement. He cited settlement using fiat-backed cryptocurrencies as an example, which was included in the financial services bill. So that's coming even sooner than the broader regulatory framework he added. Again, the UK has been ready. They wanted to become a crypto hub for a while, and they also do see a competitive advantage here over the EU. Again, crypto is allowing these nations to become very competitive with one another, and I think that this is going to continue to be a trend. Also, remember that Ripple recently did expand within the UK, going all the way back to February of last year. Ripple was thrilled to partner with Modular, who has a deep knowledge and expertise of the payments landscape, as well as an unrivaled connections to critical payment infrastructure in the UK. Together, we look forward to providing faster, simpler cross-border payments experience for customers on RippleNet into the UK and even Europe. Again, as we do see what's happening here, to me personally, the UK has become a very large focus point of mine because of what they have been doing around some of the leaders within the space. Quant obviously becoming a major focus of mine in the last couple of years. There's been a lot of connections with Quant in the UK, but also Ripple, right? Ripple has been a leader within the UK. Remember the Swell event, right? The Swell event from November 16th and the 17th of last year. This was a big one. We talked about it, and we do see together we can transform how the world moves, manages, and even tokenizes value. Again, centered out on CBDCs, cryptocurrency, things like that. And also, even if we scroll down, we can see a few things like adapt or risk being left behind, why financial institutions should embrace crypto. Welcome to the Ripple Swell Global opening remarks from CEO. And this was basically just talking about the world of finance and how, things are shaping up. And the overall goal here was how, we are going to adopt crypto, how we are going to push crypto within the UK as well, and how we will have regulatory frameworks designed around this to have that adaptation of this technology for the UK not to be left behind. A lot of nations are moving pretty swiftly on that, except the UK or the US. But I do think with like the UK and Hong Kong and the UAE and so many other ones moving pretty quick, I think that the US will have no choice but to move pretty quick at some point in time soon. But a lot of the leaders that were speaking at this Swell event are some of the most high prestigious names around finance. MasterCard, Bank of America. There's a lot of other players here as well. I mean, like you had, for example, a few of these players are actually from partnerships with Tranglo as well, like Lulu. Like Lulu is a big one. BCB Group, which is a big one as well. Fireblocks, obviously, you guys know Fireblocks, United Texas Bank, Zange.com. We talked about the Zange.com connections in the past. Tranglo was there. Navati, another partner. WorldPay is a big giant around payments. And there's so many other ones here. I mean, the connections that were, or I shouldn't even say the connections, the names of these individuals that were there that were creating connections and ultimately, having exposure to what Ripple was doing is very large. Again, I think that what we are seeing around these Swell events, these events are something to watch for because it kind of gives you a little bit of the viewpoint on the connections that Ripple has around the payment technology space. But also from this, we also had a few other updates. And, going all the way back to 2020, you guys know that Ripple was trying to move to London over the XRP friendly stance within the US. They even seen a problem then. And then, not even 2 months later, they had the lawsuit on their desk about XRP and how they were selling unregistered securities. From this, we recently seen in April, actually, Stuart Alderati mentioned that Ripple is expanding business in London. And they even talked about, how different the world looks from the UK, viewing, the US. I know for a fact, and I 100% know this from doing research, that Ripple has become a leader within the UK, and the UK is aware of what Ripple has been doing. In fact, we do see, as reported in February, Ripple was mentioned in the Bank of England digital pound consultation paper for their work with the digital pound. And then when you actually look at what Quant's doing around England, yes, just recently, May 16th, Bank of England and Quant share CBDC vision. And we do see during a panel session at the Financial Times Digital Asset Summit last week, the Bank of England's Director of Central Bank Digital Currency and our CEO shared their views on a digital pound and tackled questions from the audience about personal data privacy and interoperability. To me, as we do look at, where Quant's sitting, as we do look at the stature of Quant and where Gilbert Verdian is basically positioning himself, there's no doubt in my mind that Quant's working with the Central Bank of England to really kind of usher in a digital pound and, work with them on payment technology around a digital pound and the overall idea around how large a CBDC could be for the UK and what it could do for them in terms of innovation around this technology. ultimately a competitive advantage for the UK would be to be a first mover around a CBDC. Now, how will they do that? Well, technology needs to be there. They need to have the connections there. And as we do look at Ripple and what Quant's doing, I think that this is right up their alley. I think that this is perfect for XRP as well, with what Quant's doing. For example, going all the way back to March 6th, the digital pound busting the privacy myths. Then also over here, designing secure bridges for asset transfer. We know that XRP is a perfect bridge asset. We know that the XRP ledger is also designed to be the infrastructure for CBDCs. As we look at this, Quant's allowing these central banks to connect to any DLT of their choice. We know that the XRP ledger has been perfect. We know that Quant has become a major leader around CBDCs. We already have this technology here. All it takes is for them to come together and actually become that leader behind CBDCs in these specific areas. I know that the UK has been ready. And we know that Ripple and Quant have been working together in the past, especially around the digital pound. It would not surprise me if these two combine forces to become a major powerhouse around, central bank digital currencies, programmable money, tokenization, etc. Because again, they are very, very complementary technologies, and it would just make sense. So let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. But I do think that QNT and XRP combined are a recipe for incredible utility, and the potential here and the power behind it could be extremely vast. So with that being said, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did, definitely leave a like, subscribe, turn notifications on. If you guys don't want more free content, you guys are more than welcome to follow me on Twitter and join the free Discord in the description below. This is up to you all. Have a beautiful day or beautiful night. If you guys are on this before, this has been Nick. Peace out, guys.